This is exactly right.
If audiobooks are your thing, or if you've been meaning to listen to more of them, you should check out a podcast called Ear Say, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club, hosted by Cal Penn.
Each episode spotlights standout audiobooks on Audible across all kinds of genres. Sci-fi, comedy, romance, thrillers, and more, with Cal talking to guests who help break down what makes each story worth listening to.
It's a fun, easy way to discover your next great audiobook.
Check out Ear Say on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye.
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's U.S.-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right, it almost feels wrong.
Right now, you can get great deals on Hyundai's most popular models,
including the adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid and the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid.
Plus, there's the bold and stylish Elantra loaded with the latest tech.
Or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 or the Ioniq 9.
So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with a deal you'll love during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
Goodbye. Hi.
Hello, and welcome
to
My Favorite Murder
Hometown Minisode Edition.
2018.
Right. Where we read you back your stories from your hometowns or whatever, something like that. At this point, it's just all over the place.
It's branched off into so many, like the branches of a mighty oak. It's gone in every direction.
Mm-hmm.
You could send us a hometown about how you stick your razor blades into an old-fashioned mirror thing in your bathroom and they go into a wall.
And we might read it.
Because we're interested in that.
Yeah.
As well as hidden rooms.
And as well as your cousin's best friend who was murdered.
We want to know about the fucked up shit in your life.
Right.
To a degree. Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Because the subject line is, you're right. If you walk your dog in the woods, you'll come across a dead body.
No.
Hello, ladies. Parentheses, and Steven. First of all, I have to say that I'm a huge fan of both of you. I knew it would happen to me the instant I moved to a small town and got a big dog. She gets right into it. Or he. Hell, it's the beginning of every Law & Order episode ever. That's right. My husband and I started taking my 120-pound doggo.
That's more than I weigh. Just kidding. That's not true.
Why, that's more than I weigh. The dog's name's Groucho Barks, by the way.
Amazing.
Come on.
Love it.
That's made for Georgia.
Yes.
On lovely walks in the woods. The day it happened, it was a beautiful snowy New Year's Day. We decided to take the pup on a walk up a back wooded trail.
You lost Karen.
What?
You lost Karen already.
That is, unless it's in Newfoundland. I wonder if it is. That leads to a local park. I'm just saying it's not a puppy. It's clearly a humongous.
Right.
What kind of dog is it? I need to know. Okay. This wooded trail runs parallel to the Missouri River and is beautiful and scenic and right next to a scary ass shack that we dubbed the Murder Shack.
How come everyone else gets shacks and we don't get them here in California?
I think that the second there's a shack, someone throws in some linoleum and they're like, hey, rent's $1,815.
Right.
Get 3 roommates, move into this shack. Okay. We start off the walk as always, and after a fashion, we let the dog off the leash to stretch his dog legs. Wouldn't you know, old boy instantly leaves the path and runs on over to the murder shack. Being a couple of fools, we decide to follow him and embark on our own little Scooby-Doo adventure. I round the corner to find my dog rooting around the remnants of a campfire. Instantly, the idea hits me that we might actually come upon a hungover homeless person who would be pretty pissed of us tramping through his stuff. I grab the dog leash, get him back up and the hell out of there when I see it.
No.
About 6 feet from me was a body of a man, face down in the freshly fallen snow, arms by his side, feet twisted around some roots. I calmly asked my husband, who was looking into the window of the shack behind me, if he has his phone on him, and could he please call the cops because that's a fucking body.
Oh my.
It should be noted that at some point in my panic, I actually called out to the body in a shaky voice, "Hello, sir? Hello?" I'm not exactly sure what I had meant to accomplish. I guess in my mind, I really wanted to make sure he was dead and not just sleeping in the snow. I don't know. I'd never come across a dead body before and wasn't exactly sure what to do. I figured I'd try the polite route.
Holy
he didn't
shit.
answer. We make our way back down the trail. I called the non-emergency police line. A sweet lady answered the phone and made me repeat myself a few times. A body? Yes, ma'am, a body. Did you say a body?
Oh my God.
Before she asked me my information, we only had to wait a few minutes before he slightly out of shape cop showed up and was visibly annoyed at having to walk through the woods in the snow. He sighed loudly as he asked, "Well, how far is it?" After the affair, he took down our information on, I shit you not, the back of a MediaCom envelope. Small towns. That must be like DirecTV or something.
Yeah.
We never actually heard what happened to him because it was never in the local paper. About a month later, a dude in a bar with a police scanner had heard the whole ordeal.
What?
I love it. Grassroots. Apparently, the poor man was a known drug user, was in and out of rehab, in and out of jail, and that's it. They have since plowed down the murder shack. Stay sexy, don't get murdered, keep your dog on a leash, and if you walk the dog in the woods, you will find a body. Thanks for the fantastic podcast, Jamie.
Oh my God, that's so scary.
Even if he tripped and fell and died in the snow, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
Like the thing of like, for people like us and we're like, I'm going to go in the woods. I bet I'll find a body. And then it actually happens.
Totally different story.
It has to be so jarring and like surreal and
frightening.
Yeah.
I feel like very quickly after I realized that's what was happening, I would be convinced that the killer was
standing behind me. That's why I was like, non-emergency line. I'd be like, fuck, and like running.
Massive emergency line.
Still there.
Yeah. I know.
Holy shit.
I know.
Okay, well, this one, I just want to read this really quick. You got to hear this. Okay, so this is from a woman who wrote to us. She's saying, of course not, she's leaving out any identifying details, redacting names and specific locations, and making certain she's not saying anything that isn't at least partially available as a public record regarding the decedent.
This is a great start. Okay.
And her background is a Chicagoland homicide investigator.
Oh, hell yes.
You ready for this?
I am.
Ladies, here we go. 7 years ago in the Chicagoland area, an adult female was found deceased underneath a fire escape in a private alley several miles from her home, covered loosely by a tarp anchored down at the corners with unspecified weighted objects. The deceased had no clothing from the waist down, no identification or personal effects on her person or at the scene, showed evidence of recent sexual assault compounded with evidence of chronic sexual abuse. And multiple gunshot wounds to the head, torso, hands, and feet.
Jesus Christ.
The reporting party denied any disruption at this of the scene, advising she had become aware of the deceased from approximately 15 feet away as wind lifted the edge of the tarp, and then called 911. Fingerprints and DNA samples were volunteered and obtained from the Okay.
So that person's in the clear?
Yeah. Okay. So then she goes on to say, now to be less clinical, the woman I described was this bomb-ass chick and a close friend of mine for many years prior to the murder. She was soft-spoken and straight-edge, which is probably how she ended up involved with a man who had no qualms about taking advantage of her at every goddamn pass. He would rack up her credit cards, totaled her car twice, and the like. Worst of all, though, with a disclaimer that this isn't proven, I'm certain that he beat and abused her. She would never admit it was true, but all the warning signs were there, especially to someone trained to see them. When I got the news that she had been found murdered, I hadn't seen her in almost 6 months, and everything in me knew he had finally done it. Fast forward a few years, I had transferred to the homicide unit in the city where she had both lived and died. I was young and female with something to prove, which usually meant crazy late nights, slamming Red Bulls at my desk. When my caseload was light, I'd sometimes take a little time to sift through old open files with fresh eyes. I could only resist pulling her jacket for so long, so one night I pulled it out and immediately found myself poring over every detail, reading and rereading each statement, and letting every hideous photo sear itself into my memory, confident that I could break through the pain and the horror. I might just be able to see something that would make the difference. By all accounts, it was bang up police works with no stone left unturned that I could see. The investigators clearly honed in quickly on the boyfriend, but no physical evidence was uncovered that tied him to it. Fast forward again now, I'm working in my office late into the evening. Your shows are playing to fill the silence, and I'm re-listening to episode number 58 specifically. Given my line of work, I have a fair share of ghosts that have taken up residence in my head, and sometimes my mind drifts back to my old cases when I'm not expecting it. It started while listening to Karen's Erickson twin story, bringing up the memory of two women I used to run on all the time as a street paramedic who undoubtedly had some of that folie à deux weirdness going on. And my memory gates accidentally clicked open. At the end of that straight up banana stories, there's a long exchange between you ladies that I'm calling phase 2 of this process. This is cool.
Yeah. Okay. We're in it.
Okay. Long and short of it, Georgia asks, where is she now? I'm scared. And Karen references how the detective's theories didn't line up, then offers up that she thinks she should have done more back-end research, but that she got caught up in the most fascinating parts because the mind just can't comprehend the craziness of the whole story. That resonated with me and started me down the line of thinking about this murder again. I've kept tabs on the boyfriend for years, but still no new answers. Have I gotten so caught up in this case that I'm missing the details? I need to nail this bitch to the wall. It's all too convoluted at this point. Okay. The episode continues to Georgia's story about Mel Ignatu, who sounds like a human garbage with such vicious, malignant narcissism he never thought anyone would be smart enough to figure him out. The similarities to her boyfriend were uncanny. This ignited my dormant white-hot rage that the case was never settled, and I bargained with myself that I could take a few minutes to settle the fuck down. Blah, 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 blah. So, okay. Basically, she says she included that Mel goes... So this is the guy who killed his ex-girlfriend, but they couldn't... okay, she includes that Mel goes on to sell the house after he was acquitted, hires a carpet layer to replace the flooring, only to find a floor vent with a plastic bag filled with jewelry and undeveloped film tape inside in the fucking ventilation system. So that was when he got acquitted of killing his girlfriend. After that happened, they found her jewelry and photos of her being murdered inside the house in the ventilation system.
Oh, right.
Remember that one?
Yes.
Okay.
It was like the next owner did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I had read the search reports from her house and his house probably 500 times, and they were incredibly thorough. Floors were torn up, thermal imaging cameras inside the walls and ceiling, search hounds, even cracked sections of the driveway were evacuated to ensure that there weren't disturbed and resealed, squeaky clean. The furnace and water heaters were searched, but I didn't remember reading that the ducts were searched throughout the house. I was absolutely bristling. The boyfriend lived there until he was incarcerated for credit card fraud and identity theft, and the bank foreclosed on his house. The new people gave consent to search the house, acknowledging that they planned a demolition of the structure. We got approval from the powers that be, scheduled technicians to be there the next morning, and made copies of the schematics. At 7:30 a.m., the team arrived at the house and started recanvassing the house. This is the house of the ex-boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
With radio silence for hours on end. I was deflated and started to feel embarrassed that I had wasted everyone's time on a hunch. After the first 2 hours, which only got worse, I reached the point of mentally drafting my apology letters and resignation when they called for the field supervisor after 5.5 hours. Sure enough, they found a metal box attached to the ventilation system at an unspecified location in the house. It was photographed, processed, and when examined, had contents that had never been recovered that directly tied the suspect to the homicide. The investigation was revitalized, and I can't say any further how this is playing out and going to continue to unfold within the legal system, but I can't offer my personal opinion. That's a big fucking win. Thank you so much, ladies. This one goes out to you guys. Karen, your storytelling is essentially verbal portraiture, and your insightful, relatable commentary on the mind's inability to see the forest through the trees when it's overwhelmed offered a newfound clarity that laid the rock-solid foundation this case needed for its closure. Georgia, your research and the specific details you chose to include, coupled with your capacity to pull person connection into your narrative of the lives of strangers, bridge the gap between these two unrelated cases. As a professional, I'm so appreciative for your help. As a person, as her grieving friend, I'm forever grateful from the bottom of my heart that she can rest now. Yours in cold case justice, AB.
Holy shit! Are you fucking kidding me?
And this was written a little while ago, so I want to follow up and be like, did you hear anything?
Wow. What a fucking amazing thing to hear.
Isn't that crazy?
And then, oh my God, it's incredible.
I know.
What a great story.
I know.
There was something there.
I know. And there was all this shit that I was like, I can take that out. But then I had to somehow.
That was amazing. Yeah. No, I wanted to hear every detail of that story.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's so great.
Yeah.
That was,
yeah.
I mean, oh my God.
AB, thank you so much for writing that. If you could give us a follow-up, only if it's good news.
Yeah, when you're legally allowed to.
Right.
But still, God, that's so satisfying.
I know, right?
Incredible.
Yeah.
So essentially what you're saying is me not entirely researching the story of the Erickson twins, where Adrian, my friend,
right,
was like, yeah, did you see that interview that they did? When I was like, wait, what? She was like, oh, I immediately looked up.
Oh my
like,
God.
There's videos of them, or at least one of them, I think, on YouTube. She was telling me about it. Plenty. I like to leave the door open so that you can then get involved in researching my story.
It's a choose your own adventure.
Exactly right.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
You know your favorite summer clothes by what actually makes it into your suitcase.
Find the outfits you'll wear all season long at Quince.
Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces you'll reach for all summer long. They're lightweight, effortless to style, and they start at just $32.
Their denim is soft and comfortable, and their organic cotton sweaters are perfect for layering when evenings get cold.
Quince's beautiful 14-karat gold jewelry adds a subtle finishing touch.
So I just went to Italy, and you bet I brought my 100% European linen scoop neck midi dress along with me in the color of floral waterfall, and I wore that thing all over Italy. It was like the perfect day to night. It just looked so pretty, and I felt like I looked sophisticated while still being comfortable.
Make your summer wardrobe feel easier.
Head to quince.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Go to QUINCE.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
Every piece of furniture you own has a story.
Sometimes it's an heirloom, and sometimes it came with the house because it was too heavy to move.
If you're ready to start a new chapter with your home decor, there's Article.
Article makes it effortless to create a stylish, long-lasting home at an unbeatable price.
They take great care in curating their collection, focusing on pieces that stand the test of time.
We've talked about Article for a long time. There are pieces in that catalog that are so affordable that are room changers. And if you go through there and there's like a little something you don't even realize you need it until you see how they have stuff set up or what style combinations that they're doing with. They do the boho chic. There's mid-century. It's a little bit modern. It's something new. Like there's so many choices in there, and it's not going to break the bank.
As someone who's interested in tons of different styles and time periods, Article covers them all in one place. I love that.
I know I've mentioned already how much I love my entryway table, but I swear to God, because the path that it's on, I pass it 4 times a day, and I love it more every time.
Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
To claim, visit article.com/murder, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout.
That's article.com/murder for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
Goodbye.
This is Unsolved Murder in My Hometown. Hi, Karen and Georgia. I live in a large town in North Carolina called Kernersville. There haven't been any murders here, and this is the only unsolved one. Okay. So there have been some. Mm-hmm. So the murder of Kathy Goff Kennedy happened in October of 1994. Kathy, her husband, and her 2 kids had been living in this apartment for only 3 weeks. Her husband went on a fishing trip the night of, and Kathy was left home alone with her daughters, 11-month-old and 3-year-old, for the night. Someone knocked on the door and strangled and stabbed Kathy with a knife from her own apartment. Thankfully, the kids were unharmed and still in the apartment. Her grandmother found Kathy the next morning. Oh, that's so terrible. The murderer still hasn't been found. A $22,000 reward has been offered for information leading to the arrest of Kathy Goff Kennedy's murder. The creepy thing about this case is that 22 years after her death on New Year's Eve, their house burned down. The only thing that was untouched by the fire was a picture of Kathy in her wedding dress. Thanks so much for an amazing podcast. I listen to it almost every day. I have made my dad listen to it also. He always comments on how much you guys say fuck.
Well, every parent hates us for that reason.
Parentheses, don't worry. He loves listening. Love, Kim. Oh my God.
That's so creepy. Did the husband do it?
I mean,
when I ever hear of a thing like that where it's like they moved in 3 weeks ago, I'm like, oh, like the person came back for who they thought still lived there.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also then if it's 22 years later and it's an apartment and it burns down, what was the husband still living? He couldn't have lived in the apartment where his wife was brutally murdered.
Well, he must have. Unless her picture just happens to fucking be there.
Or somebody lit it on fire and then threw that picture on the top of it because it was unburned.
No.
Untouched by the fire. Nah. That's what it said.
Yeah, but I think he lived there then.
Well, how really? I would never.
Yeah, that makes me think it's mistaken identity when it's like that close to when they moved in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, they knew that the husband wasn't there.
It's just, yeah, because they just moved in.
Right.
It's so horrible.
Yeah. Well, send your stories, you guys.
Yeah, we love to hear your hometowns.
My favorite murder at Gmail.
Oh, please let us know if we help you solve a major homicide in a large American city.
We want full credit for that.
We would love. Anytime you want to give us credit for you doing your job great, we would love to have it.
Yeah, anytime you want to give us credit for some fucking last minute research we did.
Yeah. Compared to, like, some people really dig in and read books and stuff.
No, we don't do that.
As I like to say it, we're not trying to be 48 hours. We just want to retell you a 48 hours we saw that we liked.
Exactly.
That's really, speaking of which, just really quick, there was an I Survived marathon that I started watching, even though I've seen every single one of them and I know every single one of them. And here comes our friend Jennifer Maury.
Yes.
Telling hers. And it's so stupid how proud I am to have met her.
Yeah. Did you start crying?
A little bit, because she tells that story so good.
Yeah.
Like, that's part of why it's so compelling is there's some people where you're like, you shouldn't have been on this show.
Yeah.
Like, it's too new for you or too close. But she just tells it so, like, amazingly.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so good. Anyway, send us your stories.
My favorite murder at Gmail. We love it. Thank you, guys, for listening.
Stay sexy.
And don't get murdered.
Bye.
Bye. Elvis, want cookie? Good boy.
That's a yes.
Good boy.
If audiobooks are your thing, or if you've been meaning to listen to more of them, you should check out a podcast called Say, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club, hosted by Cal Penn.
Each episode spotlights standout audiobooks on Audible across all kinds of genres: sci-fi, comedy, romance, thrillers, and more, with Cal talking to guests who help break down what makes each story worth listening to.
It's a fun, easy way to discover your next great audiobook.
Check out Say on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye.
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye. Cheap Caribbean's Jet Set July sale is here.
Right now, save $200 on vacation packages of 4 nights or more with promo code 200BEACH.
Whether you're dreaming of Cancun, Jamaica, or the Dominican Republic, your next vacay just got more affordable.
Don't let summer pass you by without the beach.
Use promo code 200BEACH and get more sand for your dollar.
Head to cheapcaribbean.com today to book your beach vacay.
Goodbye.